Hello, friends. It's Nietzsche of the future. Wah! I just wanted to quickly stop in and say, so this video is going to be talking about my experience at VeXpo. I'd not really filmed something like this live before, and I've realized very quickly that something that would be very, very beneficial for me is having notes about explaining what is happening in the video. So I'm going to jump in every now and then if I need to add any context, as I've realized that in the recording it is all over the place, and I am sorry. Uh, yeah. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you enjoy listening to me ramble about anything and everything, and I will see you it later. Bye. Right. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Twitch chat. Hello, everyone. I'm going to be talking about what happened at VeXpo this past weekend. So for anyone that didn't know, VeXpo was a UK-based VTuber convention that was held in Birmingham. It ran from Friday until Sunday, and the main hall and stuff was open on the Saturday and Sunday. So let's get our first little image up.
A few moments later.
Here I am, getting ready to drive to VeXpo in my car, ready to go fast, right? So, I won't say exactly where we drove from, but we had to drive quite a few hours to get to VeXpo. And we had a car full of stuff. There was 3 of us, so poor Mac is squished in the back. We have rail gear in the front, and me driving. And I can reach the pedals, despite what my community seemed to think. I have like extendable legs, like go gadget legs. So that's how I managed that. So we took a little bit longer than it should have done. Like maybe it was 2 hours more than I really wanted it to be. Which was a strong start already. It was like, oh my goodness. It is going to take time to get to VeXpo, and we had a car full of stuff. Like a lot of stuff to take with us. So normally for conventions, I will take multiple fandoms as well as like OC stuff and those kind of things with me. For this con, I had strictly VTuber with like a small handful of other stuff. I think I took a few lanyards that weren't VTuber. I took some pins that weren't, but other than that, my stall was like fully VTuber, which was a lot of work. That's what we've been working on for a few months, but we got there. We got there. It was all good. I realise I gave no context here whatsoever. I am a convention seller. I regularly travel to different conventions across the UK to sell fan art and different artwork pieces that I have created. So that's why I was going to this card. I was going to sell. So we got to Birmingham, we got to the NEC, we managed to get all parked up, and we thought, right, we'll go get our tickets, and that'll be the easiest way to do things. Rather than taking all of that stuff with us, we'll go get the tickets and then come back and get all the stuff. We get there, we were a little bit late. There had been a few little issues with people getting their tickets and stuff scanned, but we were fine. It was basically, they were meant to be scanning QR codes, but the QR codes weren't working, so they had to like search for everyone manually. So bless the staff that were dealing with that. Oh my goodness, they were putting the work in. That is not a small amount of stuff to do, especially when you're dealing with like so many people and like so much is like going on. That is a lot. So here was my stall, and me in front of my stall. I had a lot of stuff for this con, and I tried out a few new things. So you can see a little bit here. I had a like pin wall rather than having them all loose like I normally have done. Hello, Miss Armin! How's it going? Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna get to you soon. Well, soon. It'll be a little while, but hello. So this was my stall. I hadn't got the prices and stuff up yet, but I had a lot of prints up, a lot of stickers for this con. This is like one of the most full stalls I think I've ever had at cons, which is saying quite a lot. I normally fit quite a lot in, but I've learned quite a lot from this convention about what I want to do next time as well. So this was my stall. This was me in front of my stall. By this point, it was about 8 p.m, I think. And as it was on the Friday, we were just like stood in the hall when the concert was going on, and it's very, very weird being in a convention hall. It's quite quiet, other than the fact that we were hearing like VTuber songs being blasted, and it was cool, but it was just like really odd. There was a lot of moments this weekend that I was like, VTubers are crazy. VTubers are a whole thing right now, and it's a lot. It's a lot to see. It's a lot to take in. I'm getting to Incy Wincy Spider Croverload, I promise. And hello, Mac. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Mac, because we're about to get to something pretty important. But yeah, so we got the stall set up. We were listening to the concert. I had a chance to chat to a few of my friends that were also stall holders at the convention. And we just got to see everyone, which was nice. We had a long day ahead of us on the Saturday, so we went and got our accommodation sorted. So we stayed in a lovely little apartment. I didn't take many photos, but here's a washing machine and a pair of my shoes, because I thought that would be really good for you to see. This is where we stayed. So if you ever accidentally stay in this apartment in Birmingham, know that I've stayed there. So the idea initially was that we were going to be really good and like go and buy food and cook it. Hence the fact I got a place for the kitchen. I thought that would be really, really good, right? We didn't do that. We were too tired. So on the Friday, we ordered pizza. And now, I haven't got a picture of my own pizza, but I have a picture of Mac's pizza because I need to talk about this, right? Look at the amount of cheese on this fucker, right? Look how much there is. There was literally like a thick centimetre of cheese on this thing. And I was a bit delirious, and this was probably one of the most amazing things I had ever seen at this moment in time, because it's such a cheesy pizza. It looks like the perfect description of what a cheese and like pepperoni pizza should look like. I will also point out this was 15 inches. It was so big because the place we ordered from, which I will say it was called Pizza Pan, which is an incredible pun. Yeah, we ordered from there. They were 15 inch. They were massive. It was crazy. You were sleeping in the oven. Oh my goodness. You are lucky with it. It looks like a stock image. It looks like a stock image. I love that I also took this picture to try and show you how thick the cheese was, and this just looks like weird footage. This is like some like a backrooms looking pizza in this image. I swear all we paid for was the cheese of your pizza. That's how much cheese was on it. It was insane. But yeah, so we ate a large amount of pizza. Had some sleep. That is what pizza should look like. Hey Rasmus, hey bros. Is that an AI pizza scandal? Right, I normally wouldn't claim it. It does look like an AI pizza, right? Other than, I mean, even the fact that some of the pizza bits are like cut in half, you can see how thick the cheese was by how it's like made the pepperoni sink into it. It's insane what this pizza was. Our last pick has a dark aura. This one. This side the pepperoni and the cuts. Hey, I'll eat that. Oh my god. Head overload. So, but yeah, we didn't do too much on the Friday. We left a little bit later than we planned, and then from where we live is so much of a drive. So basically Friday for me and for Mac and Rail Gear was we got set up, we got a pizza, we watched American Pie. Mac had never seen American Pie, so seeing the flute quote be reacted to by someone who had never heard it in 2025 was quite a delight, to be honest. Always baffles me when people are like, I've not seen these classic films, and then it's like, oh, I'm old. Hey Naru. So that was Friday. The final moments before VeXpo. We got there about 9 a.m. I think on the Saturday. So the halls were opening at 10:30 for the like VIP tickets. I think it's called Akatsupa is like the name of the ticket type. So they got half an hour of like early shopping. And then everyone else came in. So the day for us as sellers on the Saturday was from 10:30 until 8. It was originally going to be until 8:30, but they kind of realized like actually we need to close a little bit earlier because stuff is happening later on. Like when they do. Oh, okay, I get the reference now. Thank you. So we were in Hall 10. This was going to be our home for a few days. And something I wanted to do at this con that I hadn't done before was I had a little sketchbook with me. So this sketchbook was for if anyone came past the stall and wanted to come and write in it, they wanted to draw something, they wanted to put about like their VTuber, like I kept any stickers and stuff I got given this weekend in this book as well, and that's what we're going to go through in a sec. But this was basically one of my little challenges for the weekend. Hey Jack! So, it began. I then don't really have any pictures until the evening. Because so much happened. So I had the single most successful day I have ever had at a convention on the Saturday. Like it was record breaking on day 1. And I will, slight spoiler, it was the best selling convention I've ever had. I sold so many prints that was quite baffling to me because prints are usually a bit of a slower seller for me. Which I get. I mean, I do buy prints, but they're not like the first thing I tend to buy personally, but I will get them. But I sold so many prints. I sold so much Nichi merch. So many people bought things of me and of Benini, and every time it happened, I was like, "Are you sure?" Oh, something I think I can show you a little bit of. I think it's on one of these pictures. Where is it? So in this little gap here, I had an iPad going of me. It was a little video because obviously I was also working, so I wanted a way to show off how I look online. And I had so many times over the weekend where people thought it was a real VTuber just like chatting to them, that so many people walked up to the iPad and waved. And that was something that was quite a running theme over the weekend, because I have never been to a VTuber convention before. This is the second year of VeXpo. Other than that, VTubers are obviously a thing, but have not been very, very big in UK cons. So, as you're sat at your table, you're getting on with your job. You are selling, you're chatting to customers, and then all of a sudden, an iPad on a tablet just rolls past you, and it's like, oh, that's a VTuber. And there was so many times over the weekend where someone is just rolling a VTuber around on an iPad, and it's so funny. I love it. It's one of those things that's like, it feels so weird to just see this like anime girl getting rolled around. And what was even funnier is I don't think that I'm going to call them handlers, could really see what or like hear what the VTubers were saying. So the amount of times over the weekend that a VTuber was saying something and then they just got rolled off, like, no, you're not allowed to talk anymore, was really funny. It's like genuinely that kind of energy. So as it was on the Saturday morning, I think one of the first VTubers I see was the lovely Roko, which was a big relief actually, because it was nice to be able to interact with a VTuber who I know, rather than being a little bit awkward of like, oh, you look really cute, I don't know who you are. But like, to be fair, I saw a lot that I did know over the weekend, which was neat. But yeah, you're just sort of sat there, people are getting rolled on by. The Saturday was like, it was very, very busy, but the Saturday was the more normal of the like 2 days, because the Sunday was when it felt it got a little bit more feral, but we'll get to that. But yeah, so Saturday, doing the selling, chatting to people. On the Saturday, I met some very, very cool VTubers, some that I have followed for a long time, and are now aware that I exist, and that is terrifying to me. We will get to that. So yeah, so that happened. We were selling, all was good. It closed at 8. I then went for some lovely food with my helpers and with some of our lovely friends. Abros was there, Croverload was there, as well as some of our other friends. We went to a place called Karage, that is like a Japanese place, and I had a katsu curry, and I think it was really good. I ate it so fast I don't really remember. I will be very honest with you all. It was just like, yeah. Oh, and there was, so something that Rail has just mentioned in the chat that was one of my favourite moments all weekend. One of the VTubers that got rolled past us was the lovely Penny Puffball. She's so sweet, she's so funny, and she's like, oh my god, Nichi, it's so nice to see you. Like, oh, Penny Puffball, it's so good to see you. And as she went, as she was getting rolled away, she saw Croverload, and all we heard was, oh, it's Croverload. Like, she said it's so cute. And unfortunately, Cam didn't realise, and the helper didn't realise, so there was meant to be a conversation there, but Penny was just getting rolled off into the distance. And it's just so funny to just see them like, no. So that happened a lot over the weekend. There was so many times I was chatting to a VTuber and they just got rolled off. I love as well that it was genuinely people's job over the weekend to roll around an iPad. I love it so much. It was so good. Yeah, so the Saturday, it was really, really busy as well. Obviously, we'd been for food. In the NEC, there is a place called Resorts World. Resorts World is basically like a food place and like entertainment place. And fun fact, if you did not already know me or know this about me, I love claw machines. So I got this picture. This is me spending my profits trying to win this fucker that I didn't win. Yeah, I like the way she's like even like staring at it in this picture. It works, it works. Pick the V into ballet. It is very like iPad adult energy. Yeah, that one was a pretty slippy one. So I did not win it. But that was the Saturday. The Sunday is when like weirder stuff happened. Again, I didn't have too many photos. But there is something you guys may remember was one of my plans for VeXpo. So I make a lot of my prints. As you know, we draw them traditionally, and then we scan them in and we use the lines. So a little while ago, I worked on this, didn't I? You know, this Doki bird that we worked on. So I met someone at the con. That I think I can show this. I think this is fine. I met Doki Bird's manager, and Doki Bird may or may not have now seen that drawing, and now may or may not own it. So I'm going to come off of that. I'll put this back on. So Doki is getting this, is going to get the original, and that is insane to me. I genuinely handed it over and cried, so her manager probably now thinks I'm really weird, which is what it is. But that felt so cool to be able to actually get that to her, even if it's just that she sees the original, but it's going her direction now, which means a lot to me. So that is crazy. I also managed to get all of the Reloop girls, all of their pictures as well. So I did the same with those prints that I've recently sort of finished and put on socials. I don't think I have I got them quickly to hand? I'll grab the Roko one just for reference. So like I did this one of Roko, and I managed to get them all to her to then give to the girls, so they all own the originals. And I also managed to do the same with the lovely Katie Cat. So Katie Cat also got her line work, so all of the ones I had drawn got to the people, including the one that I had made for Croverload that he didn't know about. So that was very, very fun. I worked on a really cool commission for Crowbarload not too long ago, and he didn't know that I'd drawn it traditionally. So I actually managed to give him that, which was really, really cool. Yeah, so I met her manager. That was crazy. I can't say too much because I could get people into trouble. But I met a very, very big VTubing name, and they asked me to sign something, and I'm still not recovered. I'm gonna say that. I can't say who it is. That probably gives a bit of a hint of what I can't say. But yeah, that happened. So yeah, that has happened. Yeah, it's one of those. I don't want to get anyone into trouble, so that's why I can't say anything. So I met them. And then on the same day, someone came past and was like, hey, will you sign my toaster? And I was like, yes, I will. I would love to sign your toaster. This is what was written on the kettle and the toaster. So I signed the the how fast is your pussy Zentreya toaster. I can't really explain it any better than that. Just other than the... Yeah. I think that's all of the pictures I've really got from the weekend. What else happened? On the Saturday, I... No worries, Koizu. On the Saturday, I actually met Merryweather. Oh yeah, you can see Yannico. You can see Nistar. You see Soul. There's loads of people on this. Rosario. Oh, I must have been like one of the last ones to sign this, because I think I signed it after. This needing explanation. We just leave this up. This is like the right image to talk about. So yeah, so I met Mary. Mary was walking around Artist Alley a lot, and they were being like really, really lovely with all of the different artists and stuff. I went over and gave him one of my stickers and one of my pins, and Mary has won me over. I didn't have an issue with Mary before. I just not really looked into his stuff too much. Like, I've seen him on a lot of collabs, but not really like consumed a lot of Mary. And he was being filmed at the time, so he played it up quite a bit for the camera. He's like, oh yes, like I'm really glad that someone's selling merch of me. I'm gonna charge everyone who's not selling merch of me. And then when the camera was turned away, he was like, genuinely, thank you so much for drawing me. It really means a lot. And I'm like, oh, like that's really nice. That's like a really nice like situation. Neptune, there's still stuff to go. There is your thing that you can see everyone on here. It's so good. So yeah. On the Sunday, there was the Big British concert, which was a lot of the UK VTuber scene were doing a concert. And what I didn't realise was that meant that they were going to be doing really British songs. So you're just stood in a hall surrounded by VTuber fans, hearing Come On Eileen. Really an experience. Like, it was definitely something to hear. I don't know how to word it. Really was something. It was well British. Crazily British. I went to the Smash Mouth Rick Astley Evangelion mix. It was a lot. That was sung by Rin Penrose, right? So Shondo was also at the convention, and they were handing out cookies. Apparently they tasted like soap, so that happened. I went to the 18+ area, so they trialed out this year having an 18+ area in which there was slightly more lewd artwork for sale. I had popped over to it with a Crowbarload just to go chat to my friend Honiko, and whilst in that area, it was like I kind of started to disassociate, and I was kind of unaware of what was going on anymore. So I was just staring at a pair of very bouncy breasts on the screen whilst I heard a VTuber singing Incy Wincy Spider in the background. And honestly, it's one of the most dystopian moments of my life. I'm never gonna forget that. I turned to Croverload and I was like, I am so glad that we have experienced this together, because otherwise no one would believe me. Abros did get gatekept from the area. They wouldn't let her in. She wasn't allowed to look at the boobs. But yeah, a lot happened. There definitely was more, but unfortunately when you're tabling, you kind of just have to experience as you go. Like, you just have to do things from your table. So I wanted to do something this weekend, which meant I could remember a little bit more about what was happening. So if I turn off this, you can see Marine. And because of that, I did this time. So this is my VeXpo signature book. You're getting bullied by the bot again, are you? Oh, you can see my leg. Let me not show you my leg. An errand person for future cons. I do love being behind the store, and I love meeting people, and I love chatting to people. But because of that, that is kind of what your day is. Whereas if you are going to a con, like, your day is a little bit more split up into sections, I feel. Like, you're like, oh, we did this for a bit, and then we did this, which I didn't get too much of a chance to do. I'm sure I'll remember little things as we go through the book. But what this was basically is anyone that I met who wanted to sign the book, I had a little sign up on my stall, like, please sign my sketchbook so I can go through it on stream. And let me just double check it's all focused. Looks pretty focused. It's just a light on it, but that's fine. This was the book. So we didn't put anything on the first page because I think the first page is always intimidating. So anyone who gave me a sticker, I popped it in the book as well. So on this page, I apologize. I don't know who this lovely artist was who gave me this sticker, but it's very, very sweet. And then all three of these are from Rosario, who is a lovely artist who I was in a stamp rally with. We'll get to that in a little bit more. But he is so lovely, and I'm very excited that we might be working on something in the future. So I'm like, oh, that's gonna be cool. And then we have on this page both Railgear and Mac signed my book first. I was like, please, can you do the these are the things I... Well, you throw me off now. The Ike one was cosplaying as him. Oh, possibly. I got Railgear and Shauna Mac to sign my book first because I think it can be a little bit intimidating, whereas those two I could force them to do it. But I shouldn't have been worried because people wanted to sign my book. I met the lovely Lucy Komori. They came across, they were like one of the first people to be like, hey, can I sign it? And I'm like, yes, you can. They have this really, really cute little sticker. I'm now checking them out on Twitter. I want to hopefully drop by and see them sometime. But you might have seen a certain word is written on this of another VTuber who I met. And I'm not confident. I think this might be Stella Estrella that I didn't realize I'd met. Because when you're meeting VTubers in person and like you're sure of what they look like, it's really hard to know whether or not you've met them. But yeah, Fruit dropped by and was like, hey, can I sign your book? And I was like, yeah, that'd be sick. And so she drew a little picture. I'm almost certain, and it would make sense with the goose as well, because I know that's like her thing is like silly goose. But yeah, Fruit dropped by and I now have a little original Fruit drawing, which is crazy. Yeah, so that was like straight away. We have 3 really cool VTubers straight away in my book. Insane. Oh, I don't know who this one is. Not a clue. Don't know who signed this. Seeing if I get a reaction there. But yes, Miss Armaine dropped by, was able to do a full page of my book, which is amazing. I love these stickers. I love their design so much. They're so cute. I didn't realise that I'd actually gotten Mary to sign this. Oh. I think I've broken the shout-outs. I will look into that. If you are able to like just copy and paste a link, that would be amazing. That might be the smartest way. So I met NichiiEXE, who I also need to check out. This is the other thing I could do. It meant I could like actually go and follow people, because it's so easy to like pick up business cards and then end up losing them, especially behind the store when you've already got all your stock. So this meant that as long as I didn't lose the book, it was all good. So yes, so NichiiEXE did this incredibly cute drawing. This is so sweet. And then Mary did a drawing. Admittedly, Mary was drawing with like a massive cat head on, so I'm like, you know what? You tried. Pale Gear is my favorite streamer. Don't say that. He'll get carried away. So on here, I have a few lovely names. What have you shouted? Oh, I need to write. I need to sort that out. So the lovely Abros drew a little doodle, and it's really, really cute. And then so did Cam. I want to go to hospital. There's been a little bit of a joke for a while that when you drink more than one can of Monster, you go to hospital. So hospital was an ongoing joke all weekend. I met Dear Mato, who gave me a sticker, and apparently I was like one of the first people that they'd spoken to about stuff, so I was like, hell yeah, like this was a really nice opportunity for me to like ask people to be able to kind of show themselves off a little bit as well, because that's a scary part of going out into the world and like meeting people is kind of having that confidence to be like, hey, I do this. And when like people sort of know you a little bit more, it's a little bit easier to do it, but you've obviously got to get to a point where people will do it, and it's so much. So that happened a few times, which was really, really lovely. Lovely Rorobun was opposite us. I love Rorobun so much. They are such a sweet being. And they made enough money at VeXpo that they're going to be able to buy their PC, which means there's going to be collabs between me and Roro. So that's an amazing thing that's come out of VeXpo. I'm going to be making her do so many streams with me. If you haven't met Roro, she is an absolute sweetheart. Incredible artist. I love her so much. She drew her cute little dog Oreo. You may have seen Oreo Boy Boy online. He is a little sweetie. And the lovely Carwin also drew Bonini for me. Which is sweet. I love it. I met Roko. Roko wrote in my book. I saw her a few times, which I was surprised I saw her as many times as I did, because as she's part of Reloop, they were doing a lot of the event over the weekend, so they were very, very busy. So her having the chance to drop by was a lot. And I managed to get stuff to her, which was great. Mogata Cooper, absolute sweet bean, comes and sees us at every con that he's at. He is like the Maids of England's #1 fan by a long shot. Like, he knows the way, right? And it's amazing. I believe that this says beat linked. They just were like, hey, can I send the book? And they just drew this, which is like, I believe their little character, and they are so cute. I need to look at them a little bit more on socials, because this is, people just turned up and just like, yeah, bang, is a cool drawing. I'm like, what? How'd you do this? I got more on this page, and I have a few little extra bits here as well. So I met Hannah and Wolfborn, who I'd actually tabled opposite at Kitacon a little while back, but I didn't get too much chance to talk to them. So they actually came over and were like, hey, like, we tabled near you. Awesome to see you. And it was just nice to kind of catch up with someone that I'd met at another event but not really had chance to talk to. Small Lottie dropped by. Small Lottie, another sweetheart, was another one of the vendors. Does some amazing artwork and does a lot of like clothing and sort of VTuber designs onto clothing, which is cool to see. They did really, really well over the weekend as well, which is amazing. I'm just gonna have a drink because I can feel my throat is a little bit scratchy. There we go. I'm on the gamer sup, so I will be honest with you. Probably shouldn't be having that at 7:15 at night, but we need it, you know. This is the way we do it. I met Magnolia Locks. Magnolia Knox. They were really, really sweet. JK Layla. There's so many sweet people dropped by. When I met the lovely Katie Cat, they also signed my book for me, and I got Kimraw, and I think it's pronounced... I'm gonna get this right. It's Mia Muri, who I've just been watching the stream of. They were incredibly sweet. I love their VTuber design so much. They have like a really like kind of Bang Dream look to them, but like the cool kind of rock band Dream members. So they gave me a sticker. I believe this is Kimraw. If I had to like guess who I put where, I think that's what happened there. But they were both really sweet. It was really lovely to meet them both. I don't believe that I have signings from these two people, but I met Nucelia again, who I had met at an anime con before, so it was lovely to see them again. And Terranomicon also stopped by, which was awesome. Awesome to see more people. And I will, when I remember to stick these in, these will also be getting stuck into the book, because that was the other thing I meant to do. And then, right, I had someone drop by and they were like, oh, can I have your sketchbook? I was like, yeah, sure. And they were like, just stood there and then just banged this out. So this was done by It Is Moss. They drew Benini and their mascot like yelling at each other. And then they drew me. And this is kind of how I felt at that moment, was just like, ah. Hello. I was very delirious when I was recording this part. This isn't me. This is one of Moss's OCs. They are just another very, very cute, slightly messy haired character. So that's where I got a little bit mixed up. But it's so, so good. The Benini is mine though, with their little mascot. And it was just like, where did that come from? They just walked up and were like, yep, I'm gonna draw you. And I'm like, that's what? It's so good. So I need to, basically after stream today, I'm going to be going through and actually following everyone, because I just hadn't got around to it yet. But I didn't expect this. Like, people just turned up and drew me, and I was like, what? That's crazy. So Silicon Spectre also stopped by. So I was aware of them because they have done some really, really cool like 3D models that look like they're from like old PlayStation games. They did some for the competition. I think I have them on the back. Oh, I didn't stick too many. You can see the sheep. He looks like a PlayStation 1 sheep. But they stopped by. I haven't got it with me, but they also had made like a little custom Lego figure of themselves, which is amazing. That's such a cool piece of merch to have, and they gave me one, and I was like, what the hell? That's so cool. So yeah, they stopped by. And I have contacted them because they make 3D models for VTubers, and I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I would love to have a Nichi one of me like in PlayStation 2 style. That would be sick. I'm like, that would be so cool. So I am potentially in talks about that. I met Lindon. They dropped by, they give me a sticker as well, and they signed my book, which is really neat. And then I met, or saw again, the amazing Honiko, who stopped by and drew me as well. And also, I met Mr. Bonico, who wrote, "Get a lobotomy," next to a kangaroo. It's so cute. Proper gremlin energy. I love it. It's so sweet. And then I got like Kissy Honiko as well. Lobotomy maxing, hell yeah. So Kilmer. I got to specifically talk about Kilmer, right? So Kilmer was one of our neighbors. They had flown over from Sweden. I will get corrected if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was from Sweden. And they were just so funny. So they had like a whole wall of keychains that were, if you know what the show Banana was, which was like cats in bananas, they'd made loads of VTubers in bananas. So they did the little banana. And they were just genuinely so funny. They were just such a lovely person to table next to. They made us laugh all weekend. We learned a lot, to put it politely. But no, it was so lovely to meet them. I haven't had too many opportunities to meet international artists when I've been tabling at cons. But whenever we do, we always have an amazing experience. And they were like, if you ever want to come over to a Swedish con, like, you let me know, I'll sort you out. I know how it works. And I'm like, that is such a lovely gesture. We're hopefully going to see them again at MCM October. We were telling them a little bit about that. So that was just a lovely experience. I had the lovely Nomi drop by as well. So I posted about my book in the Discord, and they were like, "Oh, I'd love to come and sign it." And I'm like, "That's so sweet." And they wrote all of this for me. And I just had a lovely chat to them about VTubing. And this is them. So they got this commissioned by an artist, and then they were doing like little prints and stuff. And I'm just like, that's just so sweet. Like, it's such a cool thing to have stuff that like give to people when you chat to them, and like, I guess it is networking, but I don't like the terms that come with networking because it always seems really businessy, but it's like you make friends through it too, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, I met Nomi, really, really cool. And then this was a really wholesome moment. So Gigi Caramel is someone I think I met through VTuber friends. I think I found them through a collab, and they've then followed me back. So I've been following them for a little while, and I was still talking to this customer, and I realized what their badge said, and I was like, oh my goodness, are you Gigi? And they were like, oh my god, yes I am. I was like, oh my god, like we follow each other, we've known each other a while, but we just never met. And like they were like, oh my god, what? And I was like, yeah. I was like, please sign my book, please. And they were like, gave me this really, really cute print of them, which I love so much. Their design is so sweet. And they gave me a sticker and they signed it, and they have like such a crazy but cute like signature. I love it so much. And they were like, oh, my chat won't believe this. And apparently they then got recognized loads, and I was like, yes, that's so sick. I love it. So I got to meet them. I'm gonna shuffle these around a little bit. I just wanted to make sure I got the print in here. I also met the lovely Yuka. We were just chatting about VTubers and muscle mummies, so that was sick. But yeah. I feel awful because I can't remember who signed this, but they did. Cute little drawing for me. And Davida Storm is a menace, apparently. I love it. That was really, really sweet. So I got their signature as well. Speaking of doing things with people, yes, I'm all up for stuff. DM me. You can message me on Discord. Discord's the easiest place to. I actually will reply. That's like that's the best thing to do. So the Bean Storm by I love this little like goblin energy little doodle that they did. It's so sick. I'm at Now Bites. They was like, I'm gonna take up a whole page. I was like, heck yeah. And I met Lo-Fi Samurai as well. They both stopped by. We had a lovely chat about VTubing and like making models. And just chatting about different things. So that was just sick. It was just good to talk to like-minded people about things. But yes. So I've got a few on here. JK Layla dropped by again. Pastel Aquarium, I believe that one says, but they have shiny pens, so it doesn't show very well, which is a shame, but it looks really, really cute. I believe it says Backpack Night. And I met Angela, who had like their whole like stamp made, because the idea is that you get like a VeXpo passport on entry. Yeah, we'll get to this. This is very good. So you have your VeXpo passport, and people have stamps and stuff. And I didn't realize that this was a thing, so I hadn't got a stamp. So loads of passports now have a really awful doodle that I did in them. But yeah, some people stamped my book, so that's sick. And I believe that says first Cornish VTuber, which is sick. And then, when we were at dinner, Abros was like, hey! And then just handed me this. And I love it. Can I do the face? I love this so much. Abros was just doing these really cute doodles over the weekend, and the energy in them is just so sweet. I love it so much. I need to scan these all in so that I have them like forever and they can go in my special folder. But I love this so much. It's so cute. Hey Cheetah Man! And then I was trying to stick stuff in. So I got given a Merry dollar. So I got the Kingdom of Stories 2025 Astroline Merry dollar. Because of course. And I can't remember who gave me a reloop card. I think I know who it might have been. But I'm not confident, so I won't say. But I did at some point get handed a reloop card. Talk about with her on this that I developed. So at conventions, a lot of the times you get given a badge. And it'll be like a badge on a lanyard. Something I love doing is I love to decorate it, and then each con I have like a different lanyard, and I have them all hung up in my office. So this is what mine looked like after this con, and this one's there's a lot going on. There is so much on this badge. So you start with Nichi. So they all had our names on them. We could also add like a little phrase or like whatever we want it to be referred to as. So obviously, oh, I'm getting a delivery. Thank you so much. Cool, thank you. Oh, I can go through cards. Hell yeah. I'm Nichi, but my tag is NichiiEXE. And then I have my own ribbon. This was my first ever ribbon that I've made, and I'm going to be doing these at cons in the future. And then there's also the second ever ribbon I've made, which is a Nimmy Nightmare special one that we did for Nimmy Neighbours, which was a little stamp rally with myself and Rorobun, which was amazing. And it was so fun to do. It was so fun to meet Nimmy fans. I don't know who made this one. I don't really know. I'm going to move on. So this one was Croverloads. He has his Now We're Gaming with his cool emote, which is him as Doom Guy. I met Roko, and it literally says, I met Roko, and all I got was this dumb ribbon. I really wanted one of hers, so I'm really glad that I got one. And then towards the end, I managed to get a Penny Puffball one, and I love it. And it says, I'm a proud puffster, a tasty property of Penny Puffball, which is sick. And then we got the Don't Worry About Illyri, and we've got, have you heard of a band called Hello Sleepwalkers, Lyri? And I love both of these, they're neat. That third one, yeah, like he's pretty underground. He's pretty cool, you know, like only cool people know who made this one. Panini is on one again tonight. So, oh my god, where's my worm? Oh, there's my worm. Right, so Lyri doesn't just give out ribbons. Lyri gives everyone a worm. So here's my worm on a string. I haven't named him. If anyone wants to name him, you're welcome to. He looks like he's going through it a bit. But Lyri gave us worms. Maybe that's a sentence I won't say like that again. But I received a worm. He's Mr. Wingworm. He's Wingworm. What else is on here? So, I bought some stuff. We'll get to that in a moment. But one of the things I bought wouldn't fit in the photo card holder I bought. So one of my favorite VTubers is from Chroma Shift, and it wouldn't fit. So now Nichi is in Chroma Shift. It was so silly. I was given a Penny Puffball pin, which is really cute. It's like a proper embroidered like patch pin, which is sick. I was given a little Sana badge, which is Sana is Eternal. Really, really cute. And then at the end, I did a very, very quick trade with the lovely Sophie Daydream. This is so cute. It's so squishy. Like, honestly, like, this alone, you can see how massive it is. There's so much stuff here. And I was gifted this from Mac, because I quite like Tenma. He got me a Tenma keychain. And it's got the silly little face in the back as well, which is really, really cute. But that was what my lanyard ended up looking like this con. It's a bit chaotic. One of the most chaotic lanyards I think I've ever bought back from a con. But yeah, I couldn't find I have an art card somewhere that I bought to go in this, and I don't know where I put it, but it's a really nice quality one, so I need to find that. I have been handed no end of little bits and pieces. So we got, I don't know who this is again. I don't know what's going on. I'll turn that one over, but yes, the Doki Birds Manager one, crazy. I met Cozy Calico loads, but this card was given to Railgear, but their card is so cute. I need to do something like this. Because it's so sweet. This was an artist I believe we met. Yes, Maury. I got some... Oh, I did buy something else. I don't know where it is though. I might see if I can find it. We bought some stuff from them. They did really cool stuff. And then we got 2 cards from Lyri. So these were her little photo cards. This is the one that Rail got, which is like really, really cute. And then I got the one with the worm because I like the worm. It's so cute. I love this whole like photo card collecting culture and stuff. It's really neat. But yeah, many worm. I didn't get many ribbons. Some people were getting enough to trail to the floor, and I'm like, hell yeah, that's sick. I love it. Then I bought a couple things. I didn't buy a lot. Because I was behind the stall. But I have a favorite. One of my favorite VTubers is Yenna Youngblood. And they had official merch at the con, so I have to go and get it. So I got a flight tag of Yenna, so that's her eyes, and then you can probably see why I like her so much. I just like her vibe, but she looks pretty good too. So I got this one of her, and then I got the Yenna Youngblood keychain as well. And then the photo card I got was also of her, but I think it's packed. I haven't been able to find that. Should stitch the ribbons onto a battle jacket. That would be cool. But yeah, Yenna of Chroma Shift is one of my favorites, so I got some of her stuff. So from this point, I actually just open Oshi push cards and forget to do like a summary. So I'm going to do it here. So VeXpo was in Birmingham in September. It was a 3-day con, but the like general halls and everything were open on the Saturday and Sunday. And honestly, it's one of the most fun cons I've been to. There was such a lovely community vibe. Like everyone was there because they had a love for the same thing. So it was just so nice and easy to talk to people because you already knew that you had something in common. And I think that's kind of what the core of conventions always has been, but it was just lovely to see that being like really at the forefront again. I had an incredible time. I really, really hope they'll have me again next year. If not, I'll be honest, I'd love to just go and attend. It's probably one of, if not my favorite convention I think I've ever been to, and I'm not just saying that to be nice to the organizers. I genuinely think they did such a good job, and they put a lot of love into this, and I can't wait to see what else happens with the convention and how it grows. If you've got to this point, thank you so much for just watching me yap for what I think is about an hour and a half. In future, I will try and edit these a little bit better. There's probably some errors in this because if I didn't get it done today, I know that I probably would just not get this edited. And there's so many other things I need to get done. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you hadn't met me before, my name is Nichi. I am a little dragon on the internet, and I like to do art and gaming. I will put all of my links in the description below. If you want to check them out, that would be really, really cool. If you want to subscribe, that would also be really, really cool. And these little parts on the end of videos are really cringe. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day, and bye for now. Bye bye.